Apparently, a chimp ate some woman's face off.
Story 1. Chimpanzees are among the most unique and fascinating animals around, not only because they are intelligent, but because they are our closest relatives within the animal kingdom.
Look at his nipples.
Humans share about 98% of their genes with chimpanzees, which is why they have similar traits and characteristics. Although this is fascinating, chimpanzees have a dark side that most humans know of. Unlike gorillas, chimpanzees are very aggressive toward others. Although gorillas are stronger, they do not ordinarily display hostility towards humans like chimpanzees.
Chimps are like, think of a game, okay? Think of like the Bloods or the Crips or somebody, but in an animal form. Chimps are the only animals that form gangs, and real deal be gang banging. Like, for real, bro. Chimps be gang banging, bro. I'm trying to tell y'all.
Most documented chimpanzee attacks involve wild chimpanzees and those raised as pets. In most chimpanzee attacks, pet chimps are the prime suspects. In this video, we compiled the most bone-chilling chimpanzee attack stories that will keep you up at night. The first story involves a zoo handler named Natasha Lee. Natasha had always loved animals. As a child, she would spend hours at the local zoo, watching the animals and dreaming of one day working with them. Her dream came true when she was hired as a zoo handler at 22. She had worked with various animals over the years, but her favorite was a 10-year-old chimpanzee named Walter. Walter was born at the zoo and had been hand-raised by Natasha since his mother died of an unknown disease when he was just a baby. They had formed a special bond over the years, and she often spent her breaks sitting with him and talking to him. Walter was a friendly chimp, always eager to play and interact with humans. Walter has become the zoo's main attraction due to his friendly behavior towards humans, which is quite bizarre for his kind. Chimpanzees were long known to be aggressive towards other people and animals, but not Walter. With this, Natasha and the other zoo staff had grown complacent that Walter would not engage in aggressive behavior as long as he was under Natasha's care. One day, everything changed. Walter managed to escape from his enclosure and chaos ensued. Visitors ran in all directions as the chimp rampaged the zoo, throwing objects and attacking anything in his path. Natasha, who was in the area then, saw Walter and tried calming him down.
Imagine you're at the zoo, right? And, you're chilling with your family, your kids, whatever, and a wild chimp just starts attacking you. Like, what you gonna do? I'm just asking y'all because I know what I'm gonna do. But what would you do? What would you do in that situation, bro? Like, that is so crazy.
But it was too late. Walter turned on her, attacking her with a ferocity that she had never seen before. Walter screamed aggressively as he ran in Natasha's direction, attacking her. Despite being smaller than Natasha, he managed to take her down to the ground and brutally maul her with his two hands. The attack was brutal. Walter grabbed Natasha by the face, biting and tearing at her flesh. This caused Natasha to scream in excruciating pain. The other visitors who stayed to take videos and photos of the incident were also so terrified that they couldn't get stable footage of the horrible scenes happening right in front of their eyes. Natasha tried to fight him off.
Y'all just gonna sit there and record somebody get mauled? Like, this day and age, bro, is crazy, bro. If something ever happened to me, do not pull your phone out. Please help me. Okay, if I see you with your phone out, I'm gonna just get up and smack you after I get help. Do not record me. Help me.
But Walter was too strong. He continued to maul her and bite her everywhere through her head, face, neck, shoulders, arms, and torso. causing severe damage to her face and head. It was a nightmare that seemed to go on forever. Natasha's body was now covered in blood as she kept pushing Walter away, but was always getting attacked repeatedly by the animal. She kept calling his name, hoping to make him realize what he was doing, but it was useless. It was then that the emergency response team of the zoo arrived and immediately neutralized the chimpanzee, while the zoo staff managed to grab Natasha away from the animal and get her to receive immediate medical attention as soon as possible. Natasha managed to survive. She was rushed to the hospital where doctors worked hours to repair the damage. It was a long and painful recovery process, but eventually she could return to work. However, she was no longer the same person. The attack had left her with physical and emotional scars that would never fully heal. Natasha's life would never be the same. The once joyful zoo handler now lived in constant fear of the animals she had once loved. She struggled with depression and anxiety, haunted by the memory of the attack, but she refused to let it defeat her. She continued to work at the zoo, determined to overcome her fear and reclaim her passion for animals. As for Walter, he was put down shortly after the attack. It was a difficult decision for the zoo, but it was clear that the chimp could never be trusted again. Despite her injuries, Natasha was devastated by the loss of her friend. She knew that Walter had been a wild animal, but she couldn't help feeling that she had failed him somehow. Years went by, and Natasha continued to work at the zoo. She slowly regained her confidence around the animals and learned to trust them again. But she never forgot Walter's lesson that even the friendliest animal can become dangerous in the right circumstances. Natasha's experience was a stark reminder of the risks of working with wild animals. It reminds us that no matter how much we may love them, we must always remember that they are not pets. They are creatures with their own instincts and behaviors, and we must always treat them with respect and caution. Despite her pain and trauma, Natasha Lee refused to give up on her passion. She continued to work with the animals for the rest of her life, dedicating herself to their care and well-being. Her story is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the power of love and determination to overcome even the darkest of challenges. Story 2.
Wow.
This devastating tale shows how pet chimpanzees have more aggressive and hostile behavior toward humans than other chimpanzees of different kinds. Valerie had always been an animal lover, and when she heard about a young chimpanzee who needed a home, she jumped at the chance to adopt her. She named the chimp Chloe, and the two quickly formed a strong bond. Chloe was smart, affectionate, and loved to play.
People who actually want pet monkeys and lemurs and stuff like that, like, I don't get it. I have lots of questions for you guys. What makes you want to own like a wild, dangerous animal? Number one. Number two, what's the difference between the animal that you call your pet and the animal that's on your plate? Not to like assume anything, but like just for like all pet owners, like what's the difference between, Max or Oreo, your little pet dog, and what you cooking up for dinner that night? I don't know, bro. They're both animals to me. I'm just saying.
And Valerie was devoted to caring for her every need. Valerie lived in a quiet neighborhood in Texas, where most of her neighbors knew about Chloe and were used to seeing her playing in the yard or perched on Valerie's shoulder. But one neighbor, Rhett, had always been skeptical of Valerie's decision to keep a wild animal as a pet. He would often make snide comments when he saw Chloe outside, and sometimes even muttered under his breath about how it was only a matter of time before something bad happened.
That's
Valerie
me.
ignored Rhett's comments and
exactly
focused on
who I
giving
be.
Chloe the best life possible. But one day, while Chloe was playing outside, Rhett came over to talk to Valerie about some minor issue he had with her yard. As Valerie turned to speak to him, Chloe reached out and nipped at Rhett's hand. Rhett reacted instinctively, slapping Chloe across the face. Valerie was horrified. She knew Chloe was just trying to play and did not intend to hurt anyone. But Rhett was furious and stormed off without another word. The next day, Valerie received a call from the local animal control department. They had received a report that Chloe had attacked Rhett and they were coming to take her away. Valerie was heartbroken. She knew that Chloe would be miserable in a cage.
Oh well. Let him free. Or
this is
like,
you. Or at least.
And she had done nothing wrong, but there was nothing she could do to stop the authorities. As the animal control officers arrived, Rhett also appeared on the scene. Valerie could see the anger in his eyes and knew but there was nothing she could do to stop the authorities. As the animal control officers arrived, Rhett also appeared.
Y'all see that? You guys see the eyeball? It's like in the shape of an eye. That's pretty cool. Oh. My allergies been messing up since like a few days ago. So, oh man. But anyway, let's continue.
On the scene. Valerie could see the anger in his eyes and knew he was still furious about the incident. As the officers attempted to take Chloe away, Rhett lunged forward and tried to grab her. In the chaos that followed, Chloe became agitated, and before anyone could react, she attacked Rhett. Chloe was screaming and thrashing around the place, causing the animal control officers to lose control over her. She rushed to take Rhett down to the ground and attack him, scratching his face repeatedly and biting his head. The attack was brutal. Chloe was strong and fast, and Rhett had no chance to defend himself. Rhett tried to punch Chloe's face and push her away, but Chloe was too strong despite her smaller body. He was badly mauled, with deep wounds and severe lacerations all over his body. Valerie was in shock. She had never seen Chloe behave this way before and didn't know what to do. She was frozen in her place as she watched her beloved chimpanzee attack and traumatize someone right before her. Luckily, Rhett survived the attack, although he spent several weeks in the hospital recovering from his injuries. Valerie was devastated as the animal control officers took Chloe away from her and had more reasons to detain the animal before deciding what to do with it. She knew she had to do something to prevent something like this from happening again. She began researching everything she could about chimpanzees, their behavior, and the risks of keeping them as pets. She contacted experts in the field and even volunteered at a local wildlife sanctuary to learn more about caring for these incredible animals. Slowly but surely, Valerie began to turn her tragedy into something positive. She started a campaign to raise awareness about the dangers of keeping wild animals as pets and worked tirelessly to educate others about the risks. She even advocated for animal rights, speaking out against the inhumane treatment of animals in captivity. Years passed and Valerie never forgot about the incident with Chloe and Rhett, but she was determined to make something good come out of it. And she never gave up on her mission to protect animals and raise awareness about their needs. In the end, Chloe was relocated to a wildlife sanctuary where she could enjoy the remaining years of her life in a peaceful environment. She now resides among other chimpanzees, free to explore and play.
I don't know. Do you guys think that was
desires.
justified? I mean, she was like, talking about that chimp named Chloe, she was going to jail. And she was just reacting just like anyone else would react. You know? Just how anyone else would react. You little primate. But, yeah, bro. I think that I'm gonna just call it here. But that is just crazy. I didn't know that, like... I mean, I kind of knew this was happening, but man, imagine like you're getting attacked by a chimp. Like, what are you gonna do in that situation? I have no clue. I'm gonna try to shoot it or something. I'm going straight for that fire, because I know I can't. Even though monkey's smaller than you, it'll be way stronger than you. And that's crazy. That's why I be telling y'all, like, y'all be, oh, where you get your protein from, this and that. Like, you do know I'll bust you up, right? Like, I'm way stronger than a good half of y'all. More than half of y'all. But anyway, that's not what I'm trying to say, but monkeys are so strong, bro. Like, chimps especially, like, that is crazy. They be smaller than you, and they be about that life. Like, I'm trying to tell you, they ganged up. I'm trying to tell you, do not mess with no wild chimp at all, because your life will be in danger. But you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you again for watching, and I'm gonna catch you guys next time on the next video. Peace.